Hey y'all, Tracy here. That was my new shirt that I just got last night, and it is called Be Her Hope. I went to a film premiere last night of a film called In Plain Sight, and I forget the lady's name that put the film together, but they partnered with Traffic 911, which is an organization that rescues and restores the lives of youth, children under the age of 18 who have been sex trafficked, and the film was so eye-opening for me. Sex trafficking is something that I have known for a couple years that was going on in America. And just like the domestic violence that you guys know that I'm a big advocate for, I'm also a big advocate for sex trafficking. And I wasn't ever really sure how to get involved, but I knew that I had a passion for it. And last night was amazing because Traffic 911, they have so many volunteer opportunities. And since God has given me a voice for the voiceless, I'm trying to get teamed up with them and volunteer where I would fit best. So I did my application and background check and references and all that, and I go to my volunteer orientation next Thursday, so I'm pretty excited. But I just want to bring you guys some statistics and let you guys know of some stuff that's going on and how severe this is. You know, a lot of people think that sex trafficking is just going on overseas, you know, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, and it is. The stories of some of the stuff that's going on, especially in Europe, is absolutely horrifically horrendous. I can't even fathom it in my mind. But there's also sex trafficking of our youth, of our children going on right here in America, in our cities, in our suburbs, in our churches. It's everywhere. And some people aren't aware of that, but a lot of people are. But a lot of people just don't want to get involved. They just want to live in their home, in their bubble, and since it's not happening to them, it doesn't directly affect them. But the thing is it does directly affect us. It affects our children every single day. Our children are listening to, the average teenager, what do they listen to? They listen to worldly music. And what is that worldly music glorifying? Drinking, drug using, the sex industry, putting your booty up on this girl and shaking your titties and all this stuff, and it glorifies it. The stuff we see on TV, porn has run rampant with our teenagers. You know, if you're a man and you're watching this, or even you're a woman or a boy, and you watch porn, you need to stop. Because, you know, every time that you push play and you watch porn, or you even look at porn in a magazine or on the internet, you are fueling and supporting sex trafficking. Because most of those women that you see, most of those women, and some of them aren't even women, they're young girls. They're just made up to look like they're women, older women. And most of those, almost every single one of them, they're not doing it for pleasure. They may look like they're enjoying it, but they're not. Their lives depend on it. They have to put a smile on. They have to act like they enjoy it, but they don't. They get beat and they're threatened. Their lives are threatened. It's the only way that they can eat. It's the only way that they can survive. And they are being trafficked. And if you are a porn watcher, then you are supporting that and you're fueling that. And it's not okay. I don't care if you're married and you never get sex from your wife. It's not okay. It's not an excuse for bad behavior. It's disgusting. And it needs to stop. Texas is the number 2 state in America for trafficking our children. And in Dallas alone, there are over 3,000 registered students in Dallas that are homeless. Not only that, but 90% of victims are abused in their home. And 1 in 3 runaways or kids that get kicked out of their home are approached by a trafficker within 48 hours. It is something that is huge. It's going on everywhere. Every single one of these children that are trafficked, they come from a home of abuse of some sort. Domestic violence, sexual abuse, some sort, way or fashion they've been abused. and neglected. There was a lady last night that was on the film, and she was telling her story, and she said that at the age of, I want to say it was 4 or 5, her mother, her own mother, sold her to a trafficker for a pickup truck. Isn't that just heart-wrenching? I heard that and it just, it made my stomach turn and it broke my heart. As I have children, I have 5 children. I could not imagine, and never in my wildest dreams would I ever sell one of my children for anything, for any amount. I don't care if it's $1 billion freaking dollars. And this girl at 4 or 5 years old, her mother sold her for a pickup truck. And she was abused and abused and abused and trafficked. It's heartbreaking, but it's happening all over the place. It's everywhere. And we don't want to acknowledge it, and we don't want to see it, but we have got to stand up, America. We have got to stand up and be a voice for the voiceless. Quit watching the porn. Quit listening to the music. Quit glorifying this industry and supporting it and fueling it. It's not okay. You know, these children, they have a purpose. Their purpose has been taken away from them. Their childhood, excuse me, my voice is going out. Their childhood has been taken from them. And they have been made to believe that they are defined by what's happened to them and what's been told to them. But they're not. They are children of God. They have a father in heaven, the same father that I have and the same father that you have. And he loves them just as much as he loves us. And their purpose and their identity has been taken away from them by the enemy and by people. People who have allowed the enemy to come in and rape their lives. They go and rape the lives of others, of these young children, these girls, these women. It is horrific and horrendous. So it is time for us to stand up. It is time for us to take charge and see what's really going on and not ignore it anymore, because it could be your child. Your child could be kidnapped or could run away. I can't even fathom that in my mind. These young girls and boys too, they're young boys, these women, they need to know that we love them, and that more so that God loves them, and this is not what he intended for them. This was not the plan and the purpose that he had for them and for their lives. It was a plan for a hope and a future, and they just got dealt a bad hand. The enemy came in and tried to ruin their lives. But with us standing up as a nation, America standing up, not just me, not just one person or one other person or just a couple people, but everybody standing up and seeing the severity of it and saying, no more, we're not going to put up with this anymore. We're going to raise awareness. We're going to volunteer. We're going to go in. We're going to train first responders like Traffic 911 is doing. And we're going to stop it. And then, reaching these traffickers and helping them to restore their lives, because that is so important as well. So they don't continue to traffic. One epidemic is these traffickers, they go to prison, and they may go to prison for 5 years, let's say, 2 to 10 years, let's say. They go to prison and they get out, and they had no rehabilitation in prison. So what do? They go right back to trafficking. It is just such a wide range. Everybody can be used. Everybody has a talent. If you have a talent, if you have a passion, please reach out. Traffic 911, you can fill out a volunteer, a background, information. You can go to orientation, and I'm sure they will fit you in wherever would fit best for you. If you have a passion and a voice and a want to help, then there is plenty of places for you to go and to help and to raise awareness for. It is something that I wish everybody in the world was passionate about it, and it was just gone. I wish I could put on this awesome SWAT vest and get wings. God would give me these big old wings, and I just have this shield of awesomeness around me, that like nothing could touch me or hurt me, and I could just like fly up in the sky and look down and see all these little red dots of every child that's being trafficked, and I could swoop in and save them all, and bring them to like an awesome, beautiful home and help restore their lives and let them know that God loves them, and then just whoop these traffickers into shape, boy. Just like, bulldoze through the doors. But unfortunately, I can't do that. But I serve a God that can make it happen. Not me flying with wings and stuff, but that can put an end to this. If we the people, stand up in prayer, going to the altar, not just for our needs, but for the needs of America, for the needs of these children that we don't know, for the needs of His children, and teaming up and putting our voice and our thoughts and our heart into action. So if you guys want to get involved, Traffic 911. If you're not in Texas, I'm sure there's like, I know there's I believe it's a house in, I want to say Sacramento, and I think it's called Redeemed, or maybe that's another one. But there's like 4 or 5 that are in the U.S. Just do some research, look it up. If you're in Texas, Traffic 911, get involved, volunteer. If you see someone that you think is being trafficked, please do not go up to them. Do not try and stop it yourself. You'll put them at danger. You'll put yourself at danger. But there's a national human trafficking hotline you can call. You can call 911. And the phone number for the trafficking hotline is 888-373-7888. Call them, let them know what you see, what's going on. And not only that, but quit being so judgmental. A lot of people, they see this going on, and they like I said, they live in their bubble, their little bubble. And I don't know about you, but I can't live in my little bubble. I can't come home and raise my children and be with my husband and go to church and just go through all of that and just act like, well, this isn't happening in my family. It doesn't affect me directly. So I'm just not going to do anything about it. I just can't. I can't do that. God has given me a voice that I found in September and started speaking out against domestic violence. And He's given me a voice for the voiceless. And that's not just for victims of domestic violence, but also of sex trafficking. And I have a passion, a God-given passion, and a God-given purpose with my voice, and I intend to use it. And you have a purpose too, and you have a way that you can help. And I just encourage you guys to get involved because it's important, and it's something that needs to be done, and you'll be part of helping restore the lives of hundreds, thousands, millions. Maybe we can get like millions, of women and children. So I love you guys. Thanks for listening, and raise awareness. Oh, and check it out. One more thing. Sorry, I know I always do this to y'all. But in January is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And that is huge. If you go to Trafficking 911, the movie that I saw last night, it's called In Plain Sight. You can host a screening at your church, at your school, at your house, wherever. So get online and see about hosting a screening and bringing awareness that way to your community, to your schools, to your circle of influence, to your church. It's awesome. So, Traffic 911 In Plain Sight, check it out, volunteer, get involved, and pray, and make sure you're praying for everybody involved. Love you guys. Bye.